can have more success than we might expect? Because so much parity in the NFL, obviously.
The Washington football team.
Oh, I keep hearing about Washington.
I'm gonna tell you why. When I think about the Washington football team, let me tell you what jumps into my mind. Okay. First of all, I like this kid Terry McLaurin.
Okay.
They're wide out. I like him. I think he's been impressive. All right. I don't see too much impressive stuff on their roster, but I like him. Okay.
Offensively, you're saying you don't see it.
Offensively, Antonio Gibson obviously had a decent year running the football. And of course, they picked up Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's a veteran. And even though you don't expect things from him long term, for a season, could he do some things for you? I think he has that potential. Their defense is elite.
Yeah.
Elite. And they're playing in the NFC least. And because of the combination of that, the division that they're in, combined with their defense and how tough those games, those division games are, I think they got a chance to shock a few people this year in terms of where they advance and how far they go this season. I think they have the potential. I'm still picking Dallas to win the NFC least, but I think they got the potential to make some noise and win it themselves.
I don't think the division's going to be that bad this year. Carry on.
The right division, wrong team. It's the New York Football Giants that are going to shock everyone. Molly, I know you got to be happy with that.
Yeah, you see this cheesy grin?
It's the New York Football Giants. Now, yes, does Daniel Jones have to play better? Yes, he does. Do I have reason to believe he will? Yes, I do. Daniel Jones has shown flashes. Let's not pretend like he got the nickname Danny Dimes because as a rookie, it's like, look at that. Didn't develop so much in his second season. Remember, he had a hurt leg, terrible offensive line, and most importantly, no Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is back, everybody. Do you know what Saquon Barkley did? The greatest running back prospect in the history of football as a rookie, because there's never been anyone at his size who can run like him, do all the things he'd do, and catch the football and everything. And he's a team guy, the work ethic, the leadership. He went for over 2,000 yards from scrimmage as a rookie. You mean to tell me he's not going to improve since his rookie year? The offensive line should be better. Andrew Thomas now has a year under his belt. He started to improve. They still have Nate Solder. They've made some improvements to the offensive line. They picked up Kadarius Toney, who's like the next Dave Meggett. He's like, he could do all these kind of super athletic things on the field. We're just talking about like running the ball and catching the ball like with explosive athletes. I won't even bring up Evan Ingram seriously, but he's a very fast tight end, and they supplement him with Kyle Rudolph, who's like a steady Eddie veteran. How about the fact that they picked up Galladay to go with Slayton and Shepard, who's an excellent route runner, slot receiver? I mean, wherever Daniel Jones looks, he has offensive weapons. Other than the Cowboys, they'll have the best offense in the division. And their defense, other than Washington, will be the best defense in the division. So they're second in both, and the Cowboys have a bad defense, and Washington has a bad offense. The answer is the Giants.
I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling it out because I like Joe Judge. I'm a fan of what I've seen him do.
I do too.
But Daniel Jones, I'm not sold. I'm just not sold. I'm not saying that you're wrong because you could end up being right. I just got to see.
He has to take care of the football.
Please,
but I do want to say when we're calling
let him
it
take care of
NFC
that
least,
football.
I wasn't joking because you're saying Washington's going to be better. You're saying the Giants are going to be better. And then also we're hearing, well, we're not hearing, I don't want to be spreading any rumors, but there's potential the Eagles could be getting a new quarterback. So the division is going to be better.
Well, listen, it can't be worse.
Yeah, obviously.
You have
The
any
bar's
idea
low.
how
All right, let's
pathetic it
focus on the
was?
Cowboys.
Okay.
The Cowboys have big expectations, Stephen A., right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're going to do this year?
Well, listen, I got them winning the division. I mean, I know we just finished talking about Washington and how they've got the potential to shock folks, but I've got the Cowboys winning the division. All joking aside, you're getting Dak Prescott back, assuming he's healthy. Okay, Ezekiel Elliott's got something to prove. He dropped off a little bit last year, but they had a lot of mitigating circumstances. I mean, when you got Dak Prescott out and you got a suspect offensive line all of a sudden, rife with injuries, that's gonna compromise you to some degree. That's not expected to be the case this year. And then you look at their wideouts in terms of Cooper and obviously CeeDee Lamb and the crew and Gallup. We know what they bring to the table, but defensively, I'm just real high on this kid they drafted out of Penn State, Makai. I just think he's special, and I think he's going to do some special things for that defense. And I think their defense can't get much worse. I do think Quinn, as your defensive coordinator, is a big pickup. I think that's helpful. But in the end, what it comes down to is this: I look at Dallas is the one team within the division that has an offense you can rely upon. The others do not. You think that they're going to be better in Washington. You think they're going to be better in New York. You hope they'll be better in Philadelphia now that Carson Wentz is going and Jalen Hurts clearly is.
And I
back.
was alluding to what Adam Schefter had said.
That's right.
That they are most equipped to go after Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but
that is
think about
so
it.
far from
That-
happening.
that
but
is so-
obviously,
If Deshaun Watson
But
even
it-
gets back on the field.
Yeah.
That's right.
Of course.
If he gets back, and by the way, if he gets back on the field, he'll have to wait because based on everything that he's endured, that the commissioner is going to step in and they're going to exact some kind of punishment that prevents him from playing at least for some period
I
of
think
time.
we have to hold off on
We
talking
have
about
to-
Deshaun Watson, the football player.
We have to hold off for now. I'm just looking at the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are the only reliable offense within the division. And as a result of that, they should be the favorites.
Well, Fitzpatrick, the reason I don't love Washington is Fitzpatrick is what he is. He can fool you for like 4 or 5 weeks. You're like, oh, and then by the end of the year, he's lost his
But
job.
in the NFC least, those 4 or 5 weeks could be the difference.
Maybe. I'll
That's
say
my
this.
point.
What's interesting is the 17-game schedule, right? Unless you tie, there ain't no 500 teams anymore. Do I think, are the Cowboys going to be above 500? And will 9 wins out of 17, 9-8, be enough to win the division? I don't know. I agree with you,
got the
Molly. I think
Cowboys.
the division got better.
I got the Cowboys winning at least 10 games.
I think that their offense, you're right about. I mean, their wide receiver tandem, CD Lamb, and now, I mean, like you look at what they have on offense is very impressive, and the defense should improve. It's just we've been a bunch of years now going into the season thinking Cowboys best team in the division. Never turns out that way.
Yeah.
no one's a sure bet,
You know
but
what
all the
occurs to me?
teams have a little bit of
But
potential.
that's
You know what
different.
occurs
That's
to me?
different. That's the black cat running around.
Yeah, it just
with
occurs to me, Stephen A, is
With that.
they will let you down.
The
The
black cat.
Cowboys will let you down.
Oh, my
I don't know.
God.
I have heard
Hey,
that
listen,
somewhere before.
I will say
I'm
this.
a
though.
Giants fan, but I am pulling for Dak
The
Prescott.
only-
I want him to have a good
Oh, listen,
season.
listen.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He deserves his
Been
money.
through a lot.
I don't wish him to be injured. I don't wish anybody to be injured. And I think he's going to have a great year. Don't mean they're going to win when it counts. And that's really the most important thing. At the end of the day, the only bad part about this is the fact that Dallas's Thanksgiving and Christmas should be relatively decent. But right around the time the new year comes,
Maybe before the new year.
bam, they're going to plummet. And that's all that matters to me.
And that's your bold prediction.
That's all
for
that
the
matters
day?
to me. That's all that matters to me. As long as Cowboy fans don't get to walk around as Super Bowl champions, I'm good.
You know
know
what's
the-
sad? He makes the
I'm
same
good.
prediction every year, and he's
I'm
always
good.
right.
Yeah, the
Always.
only Cowboys fan that they never disappoint is Stephen A. Smith, the
right.
biggest Cowboys fan there is.
You know what
They're
I'm
the
saying?
gift that keeps on
Undercover.
giving.
You know what it is? They're Christmas. That's their nickname, Christmas.
Oh my God.
Christmas. The
I
gift that
can't.
keeps on giving.
I can't.
That's who the Cowboys
I'm
are.
excited to start talking some football, though. All right, we'll leave it there, guys. Jake Paul said what? Wait until you hear what he said about who he wants to fight, and why Max says it's a very real possibility. Is it a celebrity, Max? What? Folks around the NFL were polled on the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL right now. Max and Stephen A have some issues with those rankings. Wait till you hear Stephen A's number one. Oh, gosh, another suspect Stephen A list.